Hi everybody, September is almost upon us, and with September comes trunk shows. So Ring Jacket will be joining us to do their made-to-measure, made-to-order trunk shows in September here in Hong Kong and in New York, and they've sent in advance their fabric books. Now what I really like about the Ring Jacket fabric books is that they're drawing from the stocks of the Japanese fabric distributors rather than directly from the stocks of the Italian fabric mills. And what that means is that there's certain qualities, certain designs that you might not necessarily see in the other books that you would see here. Certainly for me, as someone who always goes through cloth at a wholesale level, there's things that I'm like, oh, I saw this in the collection for wholesale, but I never saw it as a cut length for tailoring use. So, this year, obviously with fall winter, you're always starting to think about kind of softer fabrics, more spongy fabrics, and there's a few I want to highlight. Firstly, there's this one, Piacenza. Piacenza silk and cashmere. Piacenza really is a master of doing what we call noble fibers, so things like cashmere, vicuña, silk, and their silk cashmere mix is really wonderful, very soft touch, very luxurious hand feel. Check that out. Something that is a really great workhorse for a sport coat, VBC's Saxony wool. The Saxony wool is just a little bit softer. It's dense, but still very wearable in a lot of different climates. And there's some great designs for the Saxony wool this year. Also, Loro Piana Dream Tweed. I'm definitely a fan of Dream Tweed because it has all the colors that you sort of expect out of a beautiful tweed cloth, but it doesn't have that overly scratchy feel to it. Something that's very soft, very spongy again, and there's some wonderful colors available this year as well. Next up, Dormé, which is really a wonderful mill, especially when it comes to suiting. Dormé is offering a beautiful suiting with what they call the London Trunk finish. So the London Trunk finish basically gives a result that's just a little bit more soft to the touch, but still has a very nice bounce to it. And all the standard great colors, navies, grays, are all available in the bunch books as well. So check that out, Dormé, the Royal 11 London Trunk. We've actually used Royal 11 before in our collection, and it's really one of my favorite cloths. Excellent cloth. Finally, you should probably be thinking about tuxedos, because by the time the end of the year rolls around, all the black tie events are happening. It's good to have some tuxedos available for you in your wardrobe. I prefer Barathea for tuxedos, and I actually prefer having a slightly heavier tuxedo rather than a slightly lighter tuxedo. Ring Jacket this year has a beautiful black Barathea in 410 grams, which is not something you see too often. You see it in some of the English bunch books. I find this Japanese black Barathea, though, just the right weight, just the right touch, just the right springiness, that would make for a beautiful tuxedo. And because of that matte finish, the facings on the lapel are just going to contrast a little bit more, and it'll be a little bit more impressive. All right, so I'm going to leave the details for the trunk shows in the description, and please come by, check the fabrics out in advance if you'd like, and make an appointment with us. That's it for now. Thanks for watching.